Tonight's story is here to help you feel at peace and at rest. Iris and Lobelia, the art of compromise. This story is about Iris and her mouse friend, Lobelia, who learn the beauty of compromise while building a treehouse together. In the charming village of Meadowbrook, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Iris and her loyal mouse friend, Lobelia. Iris had flowing auburn hair that shimmered in the sunlight, and Lobelia had soft gray fur, with a small white patch on his right ear. They were the best of friends, and did everything together. One fine summer day, Iris and Lobelia decided to build a treehouse in the old oak tree, at the edge of the village. Iris wanted a spot where they could read books and watch the sunset, while Lola dreamed of a cozy nook with a cheese shelf and a tiny bed. As they gathered materials, they soon realized their visions were different. "I think we should have large windows to let in the light," Iris suggested, envisioning their treehouse flooded with sunshine. "Half of windows won't leave much room for my cheese shelf," Lobelia remarked thoughtfully, twitching his whiskers. They sat down under the oak tree, pondering how to blend their dreams. Iris drew a quick sketch of a treehouse, with big windows and bright flowers. Lobelia then added his ideas, incorporating small hidden shelves and a corner tailored for his tiny mouse bed. They both sighed, realizing that building the perfect treehouse was more challenging than expected. "Maybe we can find a way to include both of our ideas," Iris said, with a soft smile. Lobelia nodded. Together, they began to design a space that had enough windows to invite the daylight, alongside secret nooks for Lobelia's cheese collection. As they found joy in blending their ideas, laughing and compromising along the way. Soon enough, their treehouse began to take shape, a perfect blend of Iris Loud's airy, light-filled dream and Lobelia's cozy, hidden corners. Every evening, they would climb up to their special place, enjoying the warmth of the setting sun while nibbling on cheese and reading their favorite stories. "Our treehouse is more beautiful than I ever imagined," Iris said one evening, her eyes sparkling in the twilight. "Well, it's perfect because we built it together," Lobelia replied, his tiny voice filled with contentment. And so, Iris and Lobelia's friendship grew even stronger, their treehouse standing as a testament to the power of compromise and the beauty of blending dreams. They learned that when hearts work together, there is always a way to make room for everyone's wishes. Now, let's move softly into our next tale. Frisia and Lobelia, a tale of responsibility. This story is about a young girl who learns the true meaning of responsibility by caring for and eventually letting go of her injured crow friend. Once upon a time, in a serene village surrounded by meadows of vibrant wildflowers, there lived a young girl named Frisia. One day, Frisia wandered into the forest by the village and found a small, injured crow. She gently picked it up, deciding to take it home and nurse it back to health. Frisia named the crow Lobelia and tended to it every day, feeding it and keeping it warm. Over time, Lobelia's wings healed, and it began to regain its strength. Frisia and Lobelia became the best of friends, playing together every sunny afternoon. One morning, as the sun cast golden rays upon the village, Frisia awoke to find Lobelia chirping excitedly by the window. It was a sign that Lobelia was ready to fly again. Although Frisia was happy, she was also sad about the idea of letting Lobelia go. Lobelia sensed Frisia's reluctance, and with a gentle nudge, conveyed its gratitude and eagerness to return to the wild. Frisia understood that true responsibility sometimes means letting go. With tears in her eyes but a smile on her face, she opened the window. Lobelia flapped its wings and took flight, circling the air before disappearing into the forest. Days turned into weeks, and Frisia often found herself reminiscing about her friend. One afternoon, while Frisia was tending her garden, she heard a familiar chirping. She looked up to see Lobelia perched on a nearby tree, with a shiny pebble in its beak, as a token of appreciation. Frisia's heart swelled with joy, knowing that their bond remained strong, despite the distance. From that day on, Lobelia visited Frisia regularly, bringing small gifts from the forest. Asha learned that responsibility not only implies caring for others, but also allowing them to grow and thrive on their own. Their friendship stood as a beautiful testament to the power of love, care, and the acceptance of life's natural course. Here holds a neat tale to carry you further into peace. Angeloni and Tansy's Enchanted Spring. This story is about a girl and a spring sprite whose love for a garden transforms it into a magical and enchanting place. Once upon a time, in a quaint little village nestled between rolling hills and vibrant meadows, lived a kind-hearted girl named Angelonia. Angelonia had a special bond with the land, for her garden was a canvas of colors and fragrances that charmed every visitor. Each morning she tended to her roses, daffodils, and lilies, singing melodies that seemed to beckon the sun to rise. One particularly radiant spring day, as Angelonia hummed a sweet tune while watering her flowers, she noticed a tiny, glowing light darting between the blooms. Curiosity piqued, she followed the light until it settled on an exquisite flower. The spring sprite Tansy emerged, dressed in petals of the purest pink, with wings shimmering like dewdrops. Tansy looked up at Angelonia with eyes full of warmth and mischief. "Dear Angelonia," Tan said, her voice as soft as the breeze, "I have watched you care for this garden with such love. I would like to share a secret with you." Angelonia knelt down, her heart brimming with joy and wonder. "What secret would that be, dear Tansy?" she asked. Tansy's wings fluttered with excitement as she whispered, "This garden is enchanted. Every blossom, every blade of grass is alive with magic because of your love. And tonight, when the moonlight kisses the petals, the garden will reveal its true beauty, if you believe." Angelonia's eyes widened with amazement. She could hardly wait for nightfall. As dusk settled, the garden transformed into a realm of ethereal light and song. Moonbeams cascaded like waterfalls, illuminating flowers that glowed with an inner radiance. Butterflies cross-ebbed from stardust danced with the fireflies, and the air was filled with the soft hum of enchanted music. Angelonia stood in the midst of this magical spectacle, her spirit soaring with an overwhelming sense of love and gratitude. Tansy appeared beside her, a gentle smile on her delicate face. "This is the magic love creates, dear Angelonia," she said. "It transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary." Angelonia felt tears of happiness well in her eyes. She knelt and embraced Tansy, whose tiny frame sparkled with joy. "Thank you, Tansy. This truly is a gift beyond measure." The bond between Angelonia and Tansy grew stronger with each passing day, and the garden flourished as a testament to their love and friendship. And so, in that enchanted village, Angelonia and Tansy lived happily, surrounded by the eternal beauty of their magical garden. The new chapter begins, soft and sweet. Wavens under the moonlight. This story is about a girl named Lobelia, who gets lost in the forest, and is guided home by a kind deer named Magnolia. In a quaint little village nestled between lush green hills, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Lobelia. One day, she decided to venture into the forest to gather herbal plants for her grandmother's remedies. As the sun dipped below the horizon, she realized she had lost her way in the thick woods. Panic began to set in, but she took a deep breath and calmed herself. Suddenly, emerging from the shadows was a majestic deer with soft, brown eyes. Lobelia couldn't help but feel a sense of calm wash over her as she met the gaze of the deer, who introduced herself as Magnolia. Magnolia spoke in a gentle, melodic voice that echoed through the trees. "I do not fear, young one. I will guide you home." Lobelia, filled with gratitude, followed Magnolia as they navigated through the moonlit forest. Magnolia showed her the secret paths that only she knew, paths that led them to glowing streams and sparkling ponds. With each step, Lobelia felt more connected to the forest and to Magnolia, who became her guide and protector. As they walked, Magnolia shared stories of the forest, tales of ancient trees, and whispered secrets of the woodland creatures. Lobelia listened intently, her heart swelling with appreciation for the natural world around her. Finally, they reached the edge of the forest, and Lobelia could see the familiar lights of her village. She turned to thank Magnolia, but the deer simply nodded and disappeared back into the forest, leaving Lobelia with a newfound sense of wonder and respect for the woodland creatures. From that day on, Lobelia never forgot the guidance and kindness Magnolia had shown her. She often returned to the forest, not in fear, but in search of the wisdom and peace she had found with Magnolia by her side. May peace be with you tonight. Sweet dreams.